ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
Hello everyone, welcome back to match day number 21. We're jumping on towards map number 2 very shortly between SK as well as Rogue. It is going to be Inferno, Pilly, which makes me scared.
1-1.
Yeah, it's going to be...
Easy for Rogue.
I'm just sad. Where it's like, that's a legitimate prediction. That's actually a legitimate prediction these days. We're not even memeing at this stage. SK are just pretty horrendous in Inferno.
I am memeing, but...
A little bit, but at the same extent...
Is this Rogue's pick? Because if it is, that's genius.
It is.
Oh.
Because SK picked Mirage. They wouldn't pick Inferno.
That's just genius.
And Rogue do play Inferno enough to kind of go, it's like, yeah, they have an okay Inferno. Like, I won't say it's, you know, the best in the world, but it's definitely serviceable. With a team like SK where they've definitely dropped Inferno towards lesser teams.
Yeah, they played it against plenty of decent teams. Like, they played it against Immortals. They played it against Cloud9. Like, they've got plenty of experience playing on the map. So, I mean, if you're going to take SK on any map, it's got to be Inferno.
Yeah, that's the one that you got the best chance at. Let's take a quick look at the schedule / kind of recap of what's happened earlier for match day 21.
Ooh, CLG.
Yeah,
boys. That's a good upset as well, especially towards the top of the standings. Probably doesn't matter too much as to who goes through to the actual Pro League finals, but in terms of, I don't know if seeding is based off the ladder, but...
I think seeding is based off the ladder. So
that's a seeding game right there, because they're both on the top of the standings. You're potentially knocking Optic down a peg and pulling yourself up in that sort of 1st to 4th sort of position. So, might be grabbing yourself some better seeding. Who knows?
Big if true. And if the CLG can also take Cache, which is their own map pick, we know they're quite strong in Cache, if they will continue the good form. If CLG are one of the teams where it is almost as infuriating as watching Renegade sometimes. Where
Optic back in NA though?
I think so. They have to be. Otherwise they actually get penalized. They have to forfeit their games if they're not back in NA.
Okay.
I'm fairly
certain. They might have been ECS that they played from Europe.
Maybe they are playing from Europe.
Yeah, they've played. I know they played something from Europe.
Yeah, I think it's like the EU minor qualifiers. I think that's played.
Yeah, obviously they went to Europe for the EU minor qualifiers.
So maybe they're still back in Europe and they're
pretty sure they are.
Still well done by CLG, regardless. Over here, it was a 16-9 victory for SK Gaming. And jumping onto Inferno makes me scared. Like I said earlier on, I don't know what to make of it.
Yeah, I'm going 1-1 for Rogue. Just like half meme prediction, half like I actually believe it'll happen. Yeah.
It's just one of those things where you never know. Just like an ECA pug, you never know who you're going to get in it. And you told me that you actually have a really good story to tell me.
It's not a really good story. I said it's an average story. I was just going to...
Okay, I'll take the average story. I don't have anything to report today.
So I had a great... I think I played 5 ECA matches last night. So I'm heavily on the grind at the moment.
Okay.
And let's just say that, like, ESL... This is a good reason why ECA is a great service. Because you have this great feature called dot block. And,
I've seen you advertised this one before.
Here's what happens. In the first 2 games of 5, you get some more special snowflakes on your team. You know, not all CS players are the same. Some of them are a little bit weirdly shaped and maybe don't frag as well. And sometimes they yell a little bit more than usual. So what you do is you dot block those players. And that means that they can't actually be put onto your team. And then the next 3 matches, they're playing on the opposite team. They're tilting the good players on the opposite team, and you get yourself more WS.
Ah.
And that's how you win at ECA. It's got nothing to do with your actual gameplay.
Okay.
It's all just politics.
You're playing 4D backgammon.
Exactly.
Yeah, effectively so.
Anyway, it worked out great for me.
I just never used a block feature.
Okay. Mistakes were made.
No, not really.
Oh.
Yeah. I just consider it, you're going to meet all kinds of people in life. You can't block people in real life.
Yeah.
That's an accurate thing.
I don't know.
Well, we've already had this discussion before.
Haven't you been to like maybe like in primary school where they say no, stop it, I don't like it, and you put up the hand? Is that the dot block of real life?
No, not really, because apparently that never works in real life. It's like all those anti-bullying seminars, you know, you got to tell the bully to stop it. It's like, really, when in the history has it ever worked? Maybe 5% of the time, rarely works. Let's be realistic.
It is pretty funny though.
Yeah. So I don't think there's a dot block feature in real life, so I don't really use it on ECA as well. I believe in being a wholesome individual. I'm a non-tiltable.
At least on
I'm
camera.
a non-tiltable person.
On camera.
Yeah.
Off camera.
Off camera is a different story.
He literally just he heads outside after the broadcast, climbs into the gutter with this bottle of wine, and
I start throwing a
and he
mini
just
tantrum
waits
inside
there
the
until the next broadcast.
Yeah, pretty much. That's me in a nutshell. Let's take a quick look at the Betway odds, and it should be around similar compared to last time. Very heavily favoured in the side of SK, but like we were talking about earlier, I don't really know. Inferno, it's never been SK's strong point. It's always been a map where they've been upset by all the lesser teams, and this is definitely an upset potential for Rogue, because they are not a bad team at Inferno.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, it's one of their better maps, and SK's, it's pretty much cursed at this point. Like,
It's 100% their worst map.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else would be their worst map outside of the ones they perma veto.
That's their worst map, I would say. It's not even a meme at that point. It's just based off
Facts,
facts,
stats, everything at this stage. I mean, losing against Splice when you're up 11-4.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was, I think, the pinnacle of it's like, oh yeah, let's take a look at that. And then I think the Betway odds for that one was like 11-1, and it was just like, I was like, you know what? If I was legitimately at this situation, I would put probably 5 or 10 on Splice. Like, I'd be like willing to admit I could probably lose 5 and 10 and be happy with it, but I would say that those don't really reflect the odds. And guess what? SK actually lost. So it was like, if you put $10, you would have returned 110. That would have been ridiculous. And at this stage, yeah, I still say SK should be able to close it out. It's going to be a tight game, but if Rogue do manage to take a victory, don't be surprised.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would not be surprised. And that was, like, in the previous game as well, that was with Cold Zero dropping, like, I don't know, 35 kills or something in a single overtime game. He was like 36, 37 kills. He was getting like 2, 3 kills, and they still lost.
So that's surprising.
Well, normally when you have one person trying to carry you, you should be able to win a game. Wasn't this case. So hopefully SK, I say hopefully they've learned something, but I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. Either I could bag them out, or I can wait and see where SK will come up and go, this is what we've changed, and I'll be like, yep, that's okay. We'll go for that.
Present it straight to you.
Yeah, just present it straight to me. If it's bad, then I'll say, yeah, this is not much has changed.
That's what Fallen does in his spare time. He develops all the strat books, and he works out how his team's going to play, and then he just sends a direct message to Karat. Hey, Kev, what do you think of this, man? Is this a good strat?
No, I always come up with the worst strats, so you never look at me. It depends. Like, meme strats, I come up with the best meme strats. In terms of actual strategizing, look, I'll leave it towards those guys. You can only really comment on the result, and I'd say that maybe SK have tried to work around things, but the result hasn't been that good. And I think I can separate by going, like, maybe like execution is poor, but the strategy is there. I can differentiate between the two. I shouldn't just simply say, oh, SK just, their strategies are bad. It's maybe the execution, something's not working out. Maybe they changed some of the execution. Maybe they changed some of the strategies so the execution is a little different and they're able to, implement it. Let's hope that's the case, because I just hate seeing SK coming in every single time that when they're in the lead in Inferno. Like, it's not like, all right, they're going 7 and 8 and losing a close game. I mean, Spice were playing well on that map, but it's like you're going up 11-4 and then you go back into overtime against a team like Spice, who admittedly are good, but that should never be happening in the first place. Like any other map, it should not be happening.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. I mean, SK, we saw them in the last game, even just going up 10-5. Like, they had more than enough time to sort of adjust on their CT side and turn the game around. And
they did.
Yeah.
6-8-9.
They did it quite easily. It wasn't even, like, contested. So, I mean, I don't know what happened against Splice, but I guess we'll have to see what happens in this game. I mean, what's your highlight for Rogue? I'm probably going to go with... Cadian's pretty good on that jungle position with the AWP. They've got some nice pop flashes on B, and that's for CT side. As for the T side, I mean... What do Rogue really do? They have that Molotov strat on B. They have some pretty decent fundamental map control. We'll see how that works for them.
It's all going to boil down towards implementation and execution. How, like SK, how they're going to play immediately, right? In terms of the Nana control, they're always going to be aggressive up in your face. How are Rogue going to be dealing with it? Whereas the side of Rogue, they are very much a very passive B side, like Nana players. They use a couple of early grenades, and then they fall back and they just dance around the bomb site, grenades ready to use and delay. I mean, both the positives and negatives. Positive fact is that you're not going to get caught out or cop, 3 million grenades flying at your face very early on. The downside is you lose Nana control and you have no read of the situation. You have to rely on good pop flashes and hoping that, when they do come in, you get one for one or 2 for 1. And... that doesn't happen all the time.
The match is live. What a beautiful car.
Oh, I don't know if I can say that's beautiful. I don't think that car's really working. Where does it even drive out of? Like, it doesn't fit through that gate. Like, how does it even get there?
Shut up, Kevin. 2 sets of utility on the side of Rogue. Nades at the top of Nana. Looks like they're going to set up a quick smoke towards CT. And probably another one towards Coffins. Just the standard. Fur going to be the person in position to really defend this. Got 3 people on this site, actually. And Fur's still running havoc in the fountain, but 2 for 2 is not too bad for Rogue. They're going to grab themselves the bomb plant. Shinobi puts that one down, and they are now surrounded on the side of Rogue, but Hiko making the play, retaking Nana control and ripping the head off Taco, and they're in a 3v2 now on the side of SK. Phelps has found his way into the pit, still not dealt with. Hiko giving him many problems. He's actually only got 6 bullets left, so this might be a situation where he actually runs out of bullets and gets himself killed because of it.
Yeah, I think this is the round 1 from Rogue, unless Cold Zero can find something ridiculous. Not checking back aside. They know where he is now, actually. Phelps has managed to find Hiko, and now he's charging him with a Glock. We'll be able to clean up. He's got the kid as well.
Yeah,
2
Raph, you
kills.
absolutely can't miss that one. He's got it, don't worry.
Barely.
But
I'm still clenching a little bit.
Wrath, he missed too many shots on a player not looking at him. He really needed to either hide and just play the bomb or secure that kill in the first couple of shots. And that's what happens sometimes, you know. You're not focused enough, you don't hit the shot instantly, and you get punished because of it.
The El Clasico, you really got to hit those.
You have to hit those. You absolutely must hit those. That's 4 SMGs again from SK. Looking to farm out the money. No armor from Rogue.
Real question is, how fast is Fer going to push? And the answer is, not that quickly.
He's taking his time, making his way downtown.
Okay, now he's looking a little bit further. There's a smoke grenade. They're just going to clear out bottom Nana for now. There is a single flashbang on the hands of Shinobi.
Here it
And
comes.
it most likely will be used towards Nana, and backpedaling will still get one. Fallen's got his boy, though. Fallen's like, don't worry, Fer, push in.
Look at that flash. I'm stealing that one. Just bounces it off the corner of the roof.
For sure.
For sure.
Yes, it's just a spray through at the moment. Oh, Hiko does manage to take down Phelps, who's carrying the M4. Fer retrieves the M4, but maybe it might be a better decision to give it over towards Fallen at this particular point in time. It looks like Fallen is still playing close. Hiko is going to be jumping on the head of Vice, potentially, but they're actually just going to float back towards bottom of mid. But look at this, Cold Zero's already pushing in. He's already got the info that they're coming back in. There's 2 of them, there's 3, and he's going to spray them down. And there should be Taco ready to assist as well, right behind him. And Taco goes, no, Cold Zero, you can't have everything. It's unreasonable, and Rogue goes, understandable, we're having AKs now.
AKs against 3 SMGs, so we'll see what SK do with these SMGs, whether they'll be able to actually make good use of them, because if they do lose this round while retaining these SMGs, 2 of their players are going to have really low money, which means that their buy is not really guaranteed, to be honest. I mean, they could buy up like 2 SMGs and 2 rifles if they lose this one, depending on how many guns Rogue retains. Very limited utility on the side of Rogue though, so they're going to have to take these tools. I like this close apps play from SK, making good use of the range on those SMGs. Won't work out for Cold, unfortunately, as Vice wins to duel with him, so this is where Rogue, you need to be sensible. Vice doesn't even lose any health there, so well done from him. So Rogue just needs to really chill out here. Don't do anything too hastily, but you can't be too hesitant once again. Another group up and push from Rogue will be very well advised.
Hey, just execute on the B-bomb site. You don't have top mid control at this stage. Either you have to utilize some resources to get that top mid control and then go Nana and into the B-bomb site.
They are holding on to the apps control very loosely. Wrath's just chilling up there on the balcony to check if anybody goes aggressive through that boiler area, and he will be falling out as well as his buddy Vice.
Oh, that is a great flashbang, and Fallen strafing across. He can flashbang himself out as well. There's a flashbang, there's a Molotov coming forward. He's still dealing it out. Spots a little bit more, and Fur's going to come in and try to chime in and assist, and almost gets the second kill on towards Shinobi as well. Not to be, though. So the rest of SK now on the retake. M4 in the hands of Phelps. This is going to be absolutely instrumental because Taco only has a UMP and a single flashbang. He's going to be spotted out already towards Nana. There it is. There's the flashbang being used, and there's 2 lining up. Phelps sitting in the smoke.
Phelps is just waiting to hear a footstep that he can punish. Smoke dissipates. So, some information that there is people on Nana, but that's just a very stock standard, sensible round coming out from Rogue. They knew that SK had SMGs. They punished the aggression, and then they just get trades from that point forward. Shinobi really leading the way for his team. And it will be the buy here from SK. So as we said, Cold's actually got enough for an AWP, so that adds another dimension to this buy. And he's going to be AWPing over Fallen. Phelps is going to have to go down to the SMG, and Taco and Fer grabbing rifles. Interesting that they do opt to buy head armor, pretty much on 3 of their players, because Rogue does have full AKs across the board. They might have expected some MAC-10 buys, maybe a save from SK.
Oh, I don't know. I just prefer getting head armor because there's nothing worse than, alright, let's go down to our pistols, and you just get insta-1B'd by a Glock, and it's like, yeah, probably should have gone head armor, eh?
I just prefer the nades on a full gun round myself,
Mate,
but
nades don't kill people. Unless they're HE grenades and occasionally Molotovs. Guns for the majority of the part do kill them. And Fallen, well, he's going to be the first one to go down, but I don't like how they're filtering out one by one. Third tries to make it competitive down towards a 3-on-3 retake on the B bomb site once again, where Rogue are just hammering it relentlessly so far, and Phelps fast in. Kaden needs to be cautious. Shinobi now coming in as backup as well. Where's the flashbang coming forward? The grenade's ill-timed, because now Shinobi, 1-for-1, but that's never favorable when you lose an MP9 for an AK-47. Smoke grenades are now all utilized as well, but at the very least, SK Gaming do not have a kit. That's the problem. Rogue can just hold on to this with a molly, and then SK have to back off.
Molotov goes out onto the bomb site. Taco, although he does have a smoke, they're just going to concede it. Going to save their weapons. And it's well done from Rogue. I mean, jumping through that smoke looks a little bit silly sometimes, but ooh, they're actually going to die to the bomb here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to make about that. That's
So
a
let's
little
just
bit.
ignore that, alright? Let's go back to praising them for
Yeah.
a sec. Look,
No.
jumping through the smoke for gets 2, right? But as long as they're all committing through the smoke, it's fine, right?
I was just afraid that the third person comes in, same angle.
We
It's
always
like,
see that in Pro League,
huh?
though. We really always see that in Pro League. The first 2 people, they've got the call. Like, the RGL's like, rush B. And they're like, alright, rushing B. They both get
It's close,
killed. And
close,
the
close,
third
close.
person is like, sees 2 people die, and he stops.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. It's ridiculous. But not this time. Rogue all on the same page. Do get the trade out. They understand that they're at an advantage, and they make good use of it. So although it goes down into a 3-on-3, they bought themselves so much time and map control that it doesn't matter. SK doesn't have the time to do anything. With those saves from Cold and Taco, the rest of the team will buy up, although they have like very, very low money. People running out every angle at Taco. Cold's been pretty much made useless because of this Moto smoke, but just have a little gap to work with. Will Vice overextend? No. Ooh, that smoke's not quite deep enough. That could give Cold an angle to get a pick.
Oh, does Wrath spot out the gun barrel?
Possibly.
He might have. Not right now, but I think he suspects that there is going to be one at Moto first. Still takes down Cadian though, so... Oh, he wouldn't be able to retrieve the gun. He goes around and just lurking. Cold Zero. What is he going to do? He's still sitting at Moto with an AWP. Single flashbang. Okay, Wrath doesn't look like he knows he's there. Hiko will take down for sure.
Yeah, look, SK, they're tanking their economy pretty hard, to be honest. But they have, I mean, those 2 kills on the exiting players blowing up to the bomb really hurt Rogue's economy quite a lot. As well as this round, they lost 2 people, so it wasn't too bad, but not retaining an extra AK, having to keep the ump. So, Rogue's money is not that good. Cadian's going to grab a MAC-10 to try to farm up some more money. We will see finally the save coming from SK. So Rogue off to a pretty good start, honestly.
Solid start as well. I mean, we're seeing a varied, range of strategies. It's not just always, let's go B towards the end. Now we saw it a bit of an adaptation where they went, all right, let's go 3 apps, and that works out particularly well. Able to get the entries working. A little bit cautious utilizing that Nana boost because they do take a few grenades for their troubles, and Fallen has actually been isolated towards sandbags. Where's the flashbang coming forward? You can't really dry peek out like that. And once again, just a slow contact play working out for Rogue so well. And Fer now a little bit nervous. He's boxed in. What is Phelps going to do? Fer's going to fall on the side. Phelps locked behind smoke, and actually Kaden is just going to push straight through with a MAC-10. Once again, Cold Zero looking to save with the AWP.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel bad for whoever on the Rogue side threw that first and second oranges Molotov. That is the most finicky Molotov in the game to throw.
It is.
It's ridiculous. Like, you have to aim at the exact right pixel And if you don't aim at that exact right pixel that you practice like 500 times in the actual game, it doesn't spread the right way. Like you can land on those little pipe boxes like about, 100 different ways. And if you hit the wrong pixel, it like doesn't spread to one or the other side of the box. If you throw it at the ground, it doesn't spread to seconds sometimes. Like it's so annoying to get a consistent Molotov that hits both. You have to hit the perfect spot. And Rogue don't actually throw the correct one, so Fur's allowed to sit in the first orange's position pretty comfortably. Doesn't make anything of it, but just something to talk about. If someone finds a better way to throw that Molotov, please DM at Karath CS.
I actually figured out how to throw the first one pretty consistently.
First oranges is no problem.
Yeah.
It's about hitting both. Like, I've probably spent like 2 hours in a server trying to get it right.
I think like
and there's like 2 or 3 different ways to throw it correctly, but it doesn't work all of the time. And if you aim slightly wrong, like
it's over.
It doesn't work
correctly.
I think I mentioned in a game, like when you're trying to line it up in 2 seconds and your RGL's like, go B, like,
Because I think the one that I figured out was I made it so it land on top of the first, like it touched the top of the first oranges. So it forced anyone on top of first oranges off and onto the first box. I was just like, well, second oranges, we can figure that angle out later. First oranges for me is always immediate priority danger. And Cold Sierra, 1-for-1 trade. I don't particularly like it. Taco's taken a lot of damage from, I guess, a Molotov. A shot's coming out because the Molotov wasn't extinguished. And Phelps now just lurking towards the edge of a cart smoke. Vice just making noise. They know there's one apartment, but this is just where the T's are trying to improve their knowledge a little bit. They're going to stay in library, peruse the world of books before hopefully they can book SK Gaming a little bit more, because so far it's a solid start from Rogue, and there it is. Vice will be able to take down Phelps coming in from Boiler. KDM gets the trade, and that's always going to be favorable. Taco still sitting in pit, though, looking just to make a bit of a feast right now, because there's 3 T's around him. He's looking just to smother them with love, care, and sauce.
They were absolutely bamboozled SK in the best way possible. Fallen, one of the best IGLs of all time, the greatest strategic mind in the game. What's the best way to counter that, Kevin? Do nothing for like 40 seconds. Get the best map control in order to get something done, and then do nothing for ages.
It might work out,
SK
though.
had no idea what was going on. Taco's hid in the pit for so long that he catches one off, and it's a 2-on-2. No utility for Rogue, but Fallen's got some flashes and smokes to work with, so...
He's made noise, so they know exactly where he is. They know where the 2 members of SK are. There's the smoke, there's the flashbangs. This is a good flashbang if it pops, but it doesn't blind Wrath, and Wrath is able to take down Taco. They know where the AWP is right now. Acadian, very, very solid on the A-bomb side. 3 kills with the AWP this round. Rogue now up 5-2. This is what I was talking about earlier on, where Rogue, they're not a bad Inferno side. SK are pretty shaky on Inferno.
They absolutely bamboozled them in that round. Like, even a team like SK Gaming, who in general have pretty good reads of what's going on at most times in most games in general, like Rogue took full arch and library control and then did nothing for ages. And SK, like, what can you really do at that point? Even one of the, smartest teams in the world, they weren't disciplined enough to wait it out. They're still peeking the angles, trying to get some information, and it works out beautifully for Rogue.
Yeah, and Vice and Wrath just open up immediately on towards the A-bomb side as well, so any aggression towards the A side is instantly nullified. And this is starting to become painful for SK Gaming, and this is where our prophecy might start becoming a little bit more true, is not good trades from Rogue. They're coming in together with intention, and that's what I want to see. Intent.
That's what SK did. Before they won the majors, Inferno wasn't in the map pool. They made a deal with some kind of fortune teller who was like, hey, you guys can win 2 majors, but you'll never win an Inferno match again. And the SK was like, yeah, no problem, it's not in the map pool. And then months later, not losing too many guns over here on the Rogue side, so that's good to see.
Yeah, this just solidifies the argument this should be a permanent ban for SK. I want to see more buy rounds before I'm fully convinced to say that SK should never play this map ever again. But so far, it's been very sloppy economical management, I would argue. Not very sloppy, but kind of lackluster. Very difficult when you're losing 6-2, mind you. You're losing the last 6 rounds. It's always difficult to get guns up. But this is a round where something has to change.
I mean, even with the addition of Dust 2 into the map pool, when it does happen...
Inferno's still going to be there. It will
be there for sure, right? But it depends on what goes out. So The maps that will go out are not too are on the lower end of SK's map pool. Like it'll be a Cache or a Nuke most likely, right? Maybe a Cobble. Cobble's a really good map for SK, right? Dust 2 was a decent map, but it was like their 4th pick or something like that in the old lineup. So it's pretty much replacing, unless Cobble goes out for Dust 2. If Cache or Nuke go out, I don't think Cache will go out. I think it'd be Nuke or Cobble, to be honest. But a lot of people want Cache out because it's been sitting there for so long.
I think it'll be Cobble, and I think Cache is just there because a lot of people don't like playing it. It's just an argument. It's like, what map should really be removed? I personally like Cobble. I think it's just a couple of minor changes that need to be done. It's just become a little bit stale, I think.
So the thing is, right, for a team like SK, removing Cobble and putting Dust 2 into the map pool actually makes things worse for them. Trade back and forth should actually favor Rogue, especially because they've grabbed Arch Control. Cold's looking for a pick, but he's smoked off. If he walks through this, he might get picked. But
if he finds the right timing as well, and he might be able to find the right timing because they're all tucked away into arches right now. And they won't check the library line. Surely Fur is coming closer, closer, closer. The smoke's going to fade. Cold Zero falls back into library. Fur's coming closer. Shinobi's taking a lot of damage. There it is. Caden's going to be caught off surprise by Fur and Shinobi. You're too low. The bomb's being lost in favor for the CT holders at the jungle side. Flashbang's coming forward. 2-on-4 right now after Rogue get the initial entry frag. Fur is just baiting them. He just come. Chase me. But Hiko knows that there's an AWP.
That is an absolute Fur play. Most people, they get the first pick on Cadian, they would retreat back into the arch. Fur just holds the angle. Second guy peeks him and he takes him out as well. And just when you expect him to go for more, he runs away.
Yeah.
So annoying to play against.
Flashbang's not going to nullify Cold Zero. It needs to be popping almost perfectly, but the bomb has been retrieved, so they're going to go hightailing it back towards Nana. Fallen with the AWP has been waiting on the CT line for a very long time, but with 20 seconds left, they're going to have to barrel down pretty quickly. Fur should identify that the bomb's not there. Needs to start rotating toward the B side immediately. Fallen. Oh, misses a critical shot. Flashbang comes out, but the smoke should nullify any presence that Fallen has. He would be boosting one up. They should push forward and nullify this bomb plant. 3 seconds left. Come on, Vice. You don't need to be checking the bomb site anymore. If the AWP is sitting on the CT point, there's only going to be one person at the B site.
At least they didn't run out of time.
Yes.
But they will have money to work with in this round. SK, decent money. I mean, they're looking more on the broke side, but that's just how it is at this stage in the game. They just got their first round win on the board for the first time in a while. Since the first two. So Rogue shouldn't be out of money anytime soon. SK we're going to need to really string some gun rounds together if they're going to make it come back in this half, but will be boost up onto Fallen. Hiko needs to be extremely careful here. Wrath as well. Leg onto
shot.
Hiko. That's best case scenario. That could have been a lot worse for Rogue, to be honest. I don't see Fallen getting nothing there almost ever unless Rogue is a lot more disciplined than they have been, throwing flashes and stuff like that for Nana. So Hiko's quite lucky that he actually gets away with his life there.
Oh.
That's
you
not
don't really
a
miss
shot that you
those.
expect Fallen to miss.
That's normally one you'd expect him to hit, but it isn't to be. Cadian still pushing up with the AWP. Fallen going to be jump spotting for information. Doesn't suspect Cadian to be close. And he's going to be scoped up down deep in the line. Hiko and Cadian most likely be. Oh, what? He spotted the tiny tip of the gun barrel through the edge of the wall. Wow.
What are you saying about Cadian, mate? As Molly's off the end of Nana. They do have Nana control here now on the side of Rogue. They got some utility to work with, and we do know they like to do this Molotov strat on B, so smoke coming out from Fur is going to really delay their execute. They don't really have any options anymore, to be honest. They've got no map control at all except for Nana. They're pretty much forced to hit B at this point.
Look where Fur is just edging around the smoke so far. He's primed and ready to go and shoot all the T's in the head as soon as they push forward. As soon as smoke fade, Fur's going to come through. Fur, he's going to be revealed, but Wrath will be able to take him out. Fallen, oh no, he's burning alive at the moment. That is a beautiful Molotov execute. Phelps, someone's got to kill this man. Finally he comes forward. Come on, get the bomb down. Chop, chop. Planted for first oranges. And where is Caden going to go with the bomb afterwards? He's just going to sit first oranges, going to throw the smoke out. Taco still spotting across.
This battle at Nana between Hiko and Cold is so important.
It feels like an old rivalry once again.
He's hiding in the corner with 15. I think Cold knows it. He's there.
Yep, there it is. So Hiko had to go for it eventually, but now Caden, the world on his shoulders once again. Going to be sitting at new box this time around, but look at Taco. He's just slowly walking onto the bomb site. And Taco's now made noise. Katie, a nice quick flick of the wrist. Now Cold Zero coming forward as well. He's pushing up. He's now dancing around. Got the pistol in hand. Charging with a pistol. Katie with a P250 at close range, though. Will be able to take him out. Not sure what Cold Zero is doing with the USP out instead of a rifle. But Rogue...
No ammo or something like that. I'm not really
Maybe.
sure, but... I don't... Yeah, look. We've seen Katie win so many from that position, like... in so many of these Rogue games, so pretty much expected him to come away with that. And that's something it's good to say about a team like Rogue, because these lower tier sort of teams in the Pro League at least have so little consistency that you can never really be sure of what's happening. Like when you watch a player like Cold and Fur, you'll be like, oh, he wins these. I can pretty much definitively say, after watching about 4 or 5 Rogue games so far, at least online, KD wins those.
Yeah, pretty much.
Almost every time. Like,
how many times has he bailed them out? Like
so many, it's ridiculous. I'd probably say he's the best player on the roster, to be honest.
I was going to say, you can just imagine that goofy smile. Don't worry, boys, I got you.
Yeah, every time. So anyway, to pick up... Ooh, never mind. Fallen will pick up that headshot. KD unable to trade so far, so... Deagles across the board. CZ for Phelps. This could be dangerous for Rogue. In a 4-on-5, they need to try and get something done here. Heading into danger territory for an eco win, and that's exactly what will put SK straight back into this half. This is the mistake you really can't make as Rogue.
Very much now dropping just against one-on-one aim deals, and now Shinobi has to concede the territory. What are Rogue going to be doing there? Spread across the map, absolutely doing nothing at all. Vice, at the very least, able to get a trade on Taco's head. This is going to force Phelps to go back towards Apps.
He's missed that smoke like 4 times now. Oh no, he hit it this time, never mind.
Cold Zero, still so dangerous towards Diggity. They're going to have to go back to the B-bomb site. They're going to have to commit. First pushing up with the Deagle, though. Come on, sprint, chop, chop. You got to go. Got to start moving. Oh, no. Fur's going to kill them all, isn't he?
Probably.
No, Shinobi's aware.
He's been sharp this game. Especially on the entries.
Still a chance. Katie's still alive. Doesn't have the AWP necessarily. Has the AK-47 this time around, but Cold Zero's also retrieved an AK. So is Phelps. They're both coming in through Nana. There's the AWP. They've
got 2 mollies. These 2-on-2s have gone the way of Rogue almost every time. Let's see if it's going to change up. That Molotov, neither of those mollies, it will be super effective in terms of information for SK. They know that both of the Rogue players are ruins now without having to check the extra angles now. Cold, the armor means that the aim punch is a like 0 factor. If he has no armor in that round, he doesn't get either of those, I don't think. That first shot coming out from, I think it was Shinobi,
yeah,
that would have sent his aim flying into the air, and I don't think he even gets that first kill. That 650 purchase pretty much secures SK that round.
And once again, Cold Zero stepping up for the boys as SK win a pistol buy. And Rogue, yeah, they'll be able to buy up, but that's a bit of a disappointing loss. You don't want to be trying to commit towards one-on-one aim deals, especially against the pistols of SK.
Yeah, that's where you throw away pretty much a 10-5 half into an 8-7. Potentially, if you lose this round.
Yeah, now SK just giving a little bit more of a chance to try to make a little bit of a comeback in this round. Is the fast Nana takes coming out. Katie actually pushing very aggressively up at the angle already. Where's the flashbang? Fur is effectively in a one-and-done position. If you get more than one, that'll be absolutely huge. And there it is, the flashbang comes forward. Where's the backup from Rogue? Easy peek for Fur. Falling back, Fallen hits the edge of a shot, and he doesn't fall back. There's no such thing as falling back. He's just going to go in for more. Shinobi taking more damage, Fallen having an absolute field day right now. You can't just come in one-on-one to this man. And you've already lost 2 people, Rogue. You're still kind of dilly-dallying around Nana. Haven't gained anything. You have one at Apps, which is going to be Vice. What is he going to be doing?
Yeah, this is unfortunate. Rogue, after such a strong start, just making some pretty critical errors.
But as well as SK landing their shots now.
Yeah,
a little bit of aggression, which you normally have to expect out of SK, but SK is making the aggression work by landing their shots. They're not being punished for this over-aggression.
Exactly. Well, Rogue, you know, SK, they haven't been hitting their shots as much in the last little while, you know. Been a bit sloppy as we would normally see from them, which has left Rogue feeling a little bit more comfortable than maybe they should be. Taking these aim duels, it's not worked out for them. Especially on that anti-eco, definitely unnecessary stuff. Full util on 2 of their players. Hiko's only got himself a smoke, so it's 20 seconds to go. They're going to see if they can throw this execute one more time and if it'll work again. It's a 3-on-2 on the bomb site. It's potentially winnable.
I don't think so, though. Like, I mean, Fallen's going to take damage, and he doesn't really care, because there's still one boosted up. 10 seconds left. What are you going to do? Keep walking to Fallen's crosshair? Sure, he dies to the Molotov. At this stage, what are you looking at, Wrath? Like, you've got so many angles to check at. There's nothing you can do with an AWP.
Yeah.
It's all over. And SK, from 7-3 down on the pistol, where it was looking so promising for Rogue to completely shut down this half, they've managed to now just not only build up their economy again, they're slowly starting to crawl back out of it and actually make this half into their own.
Yeah, of course. Pretty decent across the board performance from Rogue so far in this match, but we will see if some of their players are going to start to drop off now that they're at a bit of a disadvantage in the half. They've let SK back into it. Could potentially be an 8-7 for SK at this point. I mean, Rogue's going to have really limited options in terms of their money moving forward now.
And Phelps just cleans up from behind because it's like, oh yeah, it's a fast Nana push. Anti-eco, anti-eco, me.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like every single time.
Double AWP on the side of SK, and we have seen Rogue being fairly, like, how do I say this, undisciplined in terms of using their flashes to take banana, and especially in the apartments, they've been going dry up there quite a lot. So these AWPs could be really effective in the early parts of this round, getting picks. They don't even molly the second window. Cold almost picks someone up going dry up second mid. They're actually double AWPing the jungle side.
Oh, you won't expect 2 AWPs, would you?
First solo taken Nana, like, no respect. Don't even know if he was set up for that apart from his own utility, to be honest. And he's pushing bottom mid straight away.
Yeah, they're not Nana guys, they're second mid. Okay, Cadian's dead guys, they're second mid still. He's just going to fall back, and what are you going to do as Rogue,
What's
okay?
he used? He's used this smoke, flash, and a molly. Just to take Nana by himself uncontested.
But that's like based on the pressure that SK have been doing the last couple of rounds. Every single time Rogue has come towards Nana, it failed.
Pretty calculated push as well, because Cold pushing aggressively in mid gets a lot of information for SK. Fur's just going to jump slot. He's abusing the glitch.
I don't think the glitch is there anymore.
He's abusing it.
This is not a big game.
That's probably what started it all for SK. They went up there. I remember the first 2 games of that major group stage were won by Big on Inferno, and SK's like, yeah, we could take them on Inferno, no problem. That's the only map that they could play pretty much, but yeah, let's play Inferno, why not? Yeah, that's where it all started.
Feels bad.
Will they redeem themselves against Rogue Gaming in the NA Pro League?
Big redemption. I don't know if they can do it.
What do you mean? They're right back in this game. They're up 5 versus 4.
Are they jump
They're
boosting?
going for the 8-7.
Oh no, okay. I thought they were jump boosting.
How are they going to shoot him over the roof, Kev?
No, as he's going to fling across and they're going to spot out the AWPer, and Paul is just going to sit here and just rail 2 people at close range of the AWP. Why not? Okay, 3 seconds left to plant the bomb. Good luck, man. You didn't even plant the bomb. What?
He's saving.
Yeah, you just lost everything. Except for maybe Shinobi. Shinobi's still alive, but...
Luckily, if he had died...
Look at Vice.
Yeah,
he's
Vice
broken.
Double eco. Oh,
why are we going down to the last 20 seconds where Rogue is going... let's go B again. It hasn't worked out. It'll work this time, I swear.
When SK is taking control of the game, Rogue just has no idea what to do from that point. Taco, that's a BM, Dak. It's not tactical.
That's not BM, that's tactical.
BM, mate.
It takes apps control so well, and you have 20 shots before you need to reload. Semi-automatic fire raining down apartments control for the CTs. As Fer has once again managed to go towards the bottom of Nana in the first 20 seconds of the game.
He didn't use his volley, he just nades smokes, and he's like, alright.
No on Nana, guys. They're B. They're not B. They're A.
Pretty much shows exactly how scared Rogue is playing at the moment in the last couple of rounds, especially. Such a strong start, and then they lose one or two rounds, and they just start playing extremely scared. I mean, I had about 5 different phrases, but none of them broadcast worthy that I could have used to describe how they're playing at the moment.
They're playing like the chickens on Inferno.
Hey,
probably even less brave than the chickens on Inferno.
If chickens were a factor in this game, then they would win every time.
Yeah, well, okay, 1 by 1. Okay, finally get the trade coming forward. There is one coming down in Taco. He's still got the autocannon working in pit. He's raining down some hell, and this is what I exactly mean. You want the autocannon in those situations because, you know what? You don't have to bolt the chamber. You just keep holding down the mouse 1 button. Kill there. Okay, yeah, another kill, another kill. Yeah, sick. I did my job, guys. Feels good. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
8-7 for SK. In the earlier parts of that half, you would never expected it.
Absolutely.
It was like 7-2 or 7-3, and Rogue were just steamrolling. They were winning every 2v2. To be fair, it was getting pretty close on a lot of them, and they really stressed their economy. But they managed to stabilize it moving forward, but just losing that critical round, 4 Deagles and a CZ, no armor even purchased for SK. Just getting a little bit too confident, they get punished for it, and you see just a huge change in how they played from that point on.
Yeah, well, let's see if SK continue their good form after the 7-3 turnaround to an 8-7 half. We'll be back in 1.5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Hello everyone, welcome back. It is halftime in between SK as well as Rogue, and Rogue have squandered a little bit of their great start. They're up 7-3, allowed SK to get 5 rounds in a row. I mean, SK was starting to play better, but what we saw in terms of the end of the T side was, dare I say it was once again devoid of any ideas. It really was.
There were some more strong phrases that you used in the break time to describe what happened there, but I would say devoid of any ideas.
Is this an accurate
That
summary?
is absolutely inaccurate. They had some great ideas. They just chose the wrong one repetitively.
What? You mean
Go
going
Nana
Nana
last
in
20
the last
seconds.
20 seconds every single time isn't going to work?
I don't think so.
It didn't work for 4 rounds in a row out of the 5,
You
and they
saw
still
the
committed.
huge adjustment to how they played, though. They lost the anti-eco, and you could tell, like, I'm not saying it was a tilt, but when SK started to step up and play better and started to take the fights to Rogue and wake up a little bit, you didn't see that adjustment from Rogue where they're like, oh, we need to step up here. We need to start playing a little bit tighter together. We need to step up individually. Instead, they sort of went the other route of, hey, how about we just roll over and die? Oh, we don't have control of any part of the map because Fur's pushing Nana by himself every single round, and we're not doing anything about it.
Pretty much.
Anyway, moving into the pistol.
Yeah,
Fallen
maybe
with utility
hopefully
again.
Rogue have a good CT side. Hopefully.
I mean, we have
I wanna
seen
see
some
a
pretty good
contest.
stuff from them, especially in terms of the flash setups. A lot of the AWPing from Cadian is quite strong.
Oh, also, guess what the score in between Optic and CLG is?
What is it?
15-1.
Aren't they playing from Europe?
Yep.
Look,
Like I said,
at
that's
least
the only way that
got the
CLG
1-1.
can win or lose. It's either...
Close or they get smashed. Close win or they get smashed.
Yeah, they just won 16-1.
Jesus.
Yep.
Fallen
Truly counter-logic gaming.
counter logic. Oh man, great meme, Kevin. Love it. Love your work, mate.
There's only one way that CLG would win or lose, and that's going to be it. And, well, Vi's just sitting by himself in pit. Nothing he can find in Hiko. Nice one tap, but, oh, he finds another one. But, unfortunately, there's no more to be discovered. And it's now down towards a 2-on-3, and if there was another CT member who would have stepped up, maybe this would have been a 2-on-2, maybe even a 2-on-1, but the trades were more favorable towards SK. You can see Taco just going to be standing on the bicycle. I'm not sure if that's the most safest thing to do in the world, but Katie is still locking down the angle. Where's the peaks coming forward from Cold Zero? There it is. They know both people are coming from Diggity. Nice shot from Taco. And then Cold Zero will be able to clean up. That's now 6 in a trot for Run SKG.
What are they running, Kevin? What are they running?
They're running their way to victory in Inferno.
I mean, I guess that's better than they normally do.
It's better than stumbling and not winning. So,
Rogue really should have secured that kill on Fallen. He had no armor, completely turned around, and not either of those players pushing Nana on the side of Rogue hit a single shot on him. He had no armor. Would have taken like 4 USP shots to kill it. Instead, they bumbled around and didn't get anything done, and SK takes the round. Could have been a completely different situation, Kevin. But it wasn't. Lots of SMGs over on the side of SK. So potentially could be abused by the armor of Rogue.
Alright, so here we go. Pistol action happening. Well, not really happening, it's just heads being taken off. And there's helmets for some of the heads, no helmets for the other of them, and Cadian. No scout heroics this time, unfortunately. And even Shinobi coming down, Nana will meet Phelps. Who...
I mean, it's not his fault he can't do any heroics. He didn't get onto that team, Kev.
Ha ha, that's so good. I love your comedy, Pilly, big fan. Oh my goodness. Look, in this
Look
that
at
round
those
was...
chickens. Those chickens are just reacting to my joke. They're just staring at the wall. That one of them's trying to run away.
They're not running away correctly. They're effectively like me. They're boxed in. They can't go anywhere.
You're forced into this situation.
Oh, man. All right, let's see how Rogue go in this USP/HE grenade buy. Gonna be stacking towards Nana.
Why did they throw a nade in the fountain?
Yeah, that's a good question. Why?
Rip fish.
The fish don't even die to the HE grenade, I think. They're still
they're
alive.
ballers.
Yeah,
They don't care, mate.
they're made out of mercury now these days. Phelps will spot 3. Eventually the trades go out in the favor of SK though. Well, you can throw as many USPs as you want. As Fallen brings out his own USP, tapping away.
You gotta love that though. Phelps just runs in by himself. He gets 2, and then when you peek out, you're just like, oh, there should be other Ts like running in
There's
here.
just
Surely,
one there
right?
sitting in
Fallen's
the
just
corner.
like, just sitting on the corner.
Hello, my friend.
Hello. Rogue. Will they buy into this round, or will they be really passive with their economy and make sure
they're
they can
gonna
grab that
buy.
orb on Cadian?
No, they
I
can
mean, the orb's pretty important to their game plan. I mean, will they buy? I mean, they are buying, but... Oh, Cadian's is going to glass cannon. Cold's got himself the Mac 10. Should be effective towards the lower side of the left-hand side of the screen for Rogue, as they don't have head armor, and Cadian's got no armor
How
at
good
all.
is that move from Cold, I have to say.
Yeah, it's alright.
How many times do you see someone peeking that angle and Cold just instantly ducks down and gets the information? That is a difficult shot to hit as an AWPer. You're never going to hit that unless you get like a 1% chance shot, and Cold 0, like, it's just so smooth, so practiced. It just comes in, gets the information. It's like, yeah, I've done this a million times. It's just the tiny things that impress me a lot, you know? As Cadian going to be slowly jiggle walking, crouch walking, still holding the angle. It's going to back off though. Molotov, he's going to be walking a little bit more forward though.
Takes a little bit of a look at it.
Cheeky peek.
Off.
Whoa! Where's the peek coming forward? Oh, there it is.
I love how Fallen hits that as well.
Yeah.
Just
ridiculous.
charging through Arch. Sort of controlling the rotations. And this is SK in a nutshell. They look like they're about to execute and hit your bomb site as hard as possible. And then they just stop. Because they know they can mess with your rotations even harder. They can get an even more favorable situation.
First they execute you, and then they execute on the bomb site. And then it's just edge shots. They are all human edge shot machines. Ignoring the fact that they just did a lot of body shots, but they're just killing machines. And this is where you just go, yeah, this is... Unless SK manage to throw this, I don't think they will. A clean victory at Inferno.
Have you ever done a body shot, Kev?
No.
No?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah. That's actually the worst thing about me. In any shooting game, right? I don't actually aim for the head anymore. I aim for center of mass. Because it's the biggest target. I suck at I suck at clicking heads now.
I was talking about the, you know, the party trick.
What?
Doing a shot off someone's body.
No.
Oh, okay.
What do you take me for? I'm a diligent student. I was a diligent student. I've graduated, so...
All you're talking about is playing RuneScape, mate.
Nah, I play games and I study. That was literally my life.
Yeah, fair enough. Right.
There used to be exercise in there, but, I mean... It's just like this A execute. It's no longer existent like my exercise. They're just coming straight to the B side. And Phelps, how is no one peeking? He's just like slowly crawling towards barbecue. Where are they going to get hint that there's a boost? What was that? Okay, there it is. There's the smoke fading out. There's the first kill. Phelps knows there's one towards New Box, and Fallen is still there. Where's the trade? Rogue, when are you going to come in and kill someone? You can't just let Phelps walk in and just roll over you. Oh my goodness.
It's fine, they're on eco. It's not a big deal.
I know, but it's just on eco, it's not making your job easier if you're playing one-on-one positions where you could be swarming them, you know? You could all be, instead of one ants as being a nuisance, you can be 5 ants and kill someone. Like, you can't do anything in Raph's position, right? Because you're by yourself eventually. But on the B side, you had 4 people. 4!
It's okay, Kevin. It's fine. It's just an eco, mate.
You can win the pistols. That's the whole thing. They're in a position where they could do some damage. Like, imagine that situation, right? They all come in, they get a couple of kills. At the very least, they can take an AWP and an AK into the next round.
Potentially, but they do none of that. All of them die.
All of them die.
One-on-ones.
SK keep all their guns up. Now they're just rolling in the money. It's just like, I don't know, it's like payday.
Alright, let's see the AWP out onto Cadian. All the utility for Rogue. Will they take control of Banana with that utility, or will they continue to do very little? Cadian's going to take the AWP towards jungle, another really standard setup from Rogue, and it's interesting that we're seeing that from them. They had some more gimmicky setups against, I think it was Cloud9 earlier on, where they were doing like 2A, 3B, like really early a lot. They were doing like apps setups. They were really mixing it up quite a lot. I think they've learnt that they can actually take control of Banana with only 2 people, which is what they're going to do. Cadian potentially going to pick Fur here. He does leg him, which probably could have been wishing for more there.
Damage has been done. That's a good start. Promising for Rogue.
Nano control will be obtained by SK. Fairly timely Nano control, I would have to say. They got it like before the minute marker ticked over. Shinobi's potentially going to get his head ripped off here.
Nope.
Lucky, honestly. That flash wasn't effective, and Cold often doesn't miss those. But one of the rare situations where an awkward trade goes the way of Shinobi. But will they make use of that? SK's really split up at the moment with only 40 seconds to go. Fallen's going to make a play through Dig here. And we do have Taco making his way back to Nana to meet up with Fur and Phelps. So it's all going to be on Fallen's contact, more or less. See if he can get anything done up Diggity and cause some uncomfortability for Rogue. Shinobi's on low HP and not able to get anything done against Phelps.
Hiko's going to have to step up big at New Box, but they're going to clear it out eventually, and well, he doesn't step up at all. He just dies. 10 seconds left in the round. The bomb plant goes down, so it's going to add some more time. Fallen's going to miss a shot, but he's just going to barrel his way down towards Nano. SK. All of SK are low, though, which is the rousing thing. Raph, what are you doing? They're just deciding to go for a save or try to get exits. It's not going to work out. At the situation, probably best to save. 4 on 3. No utility or minimal flashbangs. Yeah, there we are. So they punish Phelps for over-aggression. That's good enough. Goes to SK. You're not allowed in CT spawn. SK go understandable. We're going to go towards Nana instead, and we're going to leave it like that.
Not even have a nice day.
Just understandable. We're just going to go over here. What do you say at this stage, though? 14-7. Rogue have not won a round in 11 rounds in a row.
Cadian's done nothing on the CT side.
Hard to. When you're deployed, you're doing damage, and then your B side hold can't trade effectively.
Yeah, it's been a lot of late B aggression. I would say they're giving SK far too much map control mid-round. They're letting SK have apps, brackets, and Nana, which means that you can't really have any information and be able to rotate effectively if you're giving them everything. And Rogue, you know, Shinobi went for the aggression to grab some information, but honestly, although he does get the 1-for-1, what information does that really give you, Kev? You lose most of your HP, you kill Cold Zero. Sure, you're in a 5-on-4, that's good, right?
You kill Cold Zero, you got to kill Fallen, you got to kill Phelps, you got to kill
of course, but when you kill him at like 1 minute 10 seconds, what information does that give you? You have to fall back to the bomb site. 3 of you are playing in the A site. You only have control of Jungle Arch. You've given up Nana, Carps, and Brackets. You get nothing.
A risky play, but it works out for Rogue in this turn, in this time where they just wide swing.
And this time they're actually holding on to control of top of Banana.
Yeah,
which
Shinobi's staying there.
That's the big difference. He's going to do really good work from there. And this is really going to screw up what SK wants to do. They have been given brackets control, but not Nana this time, and it's being fought over. So that's a really good adjustment. Bomb is down in Nana, and Fur's going to make his way through Arch, but I don't know if he's going to have time to do anything, really. Taco moving his way through Dig gets taken out by Wrath, and that's a really big difference. You know, that's a difference that just having control of one extra area of the map can make in terms of your rotations. Instead of guessing what's happening, you know for sure what's happening.
First still looking to make it competitive, but he wouldn't be able to take down Shinobi. There we are. Good round from Shinobi, stepping up as the IGL of Rogue to pick up their first round in a very long time. 4 kills for him, but the pain train's still going to continue on the side of SK Gaming. A lot of money to work with, but a lot of rounds to work with as well. And well, if Rogue lose right now, I'd like to see SK just go for something. Just go for a fast strat, you know? Throw them off, go fast towards the A bomb site.
Yeah, they can do about 10 different things over the next couple of rounds. And one of them's bound to work eventually. Rogue's let this go far too far. And unless Rogue's going to continue that aggressive play. See, they're already back to their old ways. They have control of nothing and it's a minute 30. Like, what do you do, Kev? SK's got... They haven't got Nana yet, but they... You know... Rogues, they're only feigning aggression. It's not real aggression. They're sort of just saying... They're throwing grenades at Banana and they're going, yeah, look, we're at Nana, be scared, don't take it straight away, but take it at your leisure. Execute coming in onto A. And that's a really good Molotov out. Vice gets himself a 2k, so really well defended from Rogue. But if there's anything you know about SK, they win 3v5s every day of the week. And now it's the 3 versus 4.
And Rogue taking heavy damage. Taco, though, down towards 11 HP. You still see Cold Zero just trying to control this jungle area's fall, and now also gets a pick from Diggity side. Takes down Shinobi. Katie is still trained with the AWP. Let's reset towards a 3-3. Bomb can go back towards the B bomb site. Cold Zero still controlling the rotate, so you can hear any person probably, if Hiko decides to make noise towards Speedway, Cold Zero will hear this, and Cold Zero is just waiting for Hiko to peek at Library. There's no flashbang for him to work with as well. They're still committing towards the A bomb site. 22 seconds left. I feel like SK have left it a little bit too late, though. Hiko's going to peek out. Ooh, barely wins the game deal against Cold Zero, but a win's a win. They're going to take that. And now Caden will also drop the bomb carrier on Fallen. It's all up to Taco now, dropping into Pit. Still 2 people to deal with on the site. Finds one. Can't find Wrath, though. So another round held on by Rogue. They'll be able to take one rifle forward.
That's really great work from Rogue. Honestly, Hiko winning that duel against Cold, that makes all the difference, obviously. And the Molotov play from Vice, getting that 2k, wins them the round, basically. However, not rotating off to B and playing sensibly and just holding your positions pretty much won them the round, because what SK did there is they waited out the timer to see if Cold could make a play or get anything done, right? But SK can't retake control of Banana because they're assuming that there is somebody holding that, spotting it for info, maybe, you know, actually playing towards there, whereas Hiko, the B player, is actually playing in Arch. But because he's not rotating around and getting control of Arch and seeing if Cold's actually there, they just assume that he's still holding Banana, which means that it's still correct to go towards A, right? Take the 3-on-2 with Cold holding the rotate. No one moving at all means that they pretty much choose the option which assumes that Nana control is still obtained by Rogue based on what they've seen, based on the fact that Cold's seen absolutely nothing so far in that round, and works out well for Rogue. Was a bit shaky though. After getting such an early lead in 3 versus 5, it should have been a bit more convincing of a round win, but a round win nonetheless.
This is where it starts.
Is, how many can they actually win in a row when SK have a bunch of different strategies to try to employ? And right now they have 3 on the B side, and SK's posturing for an A execute.
Yeah, this is where I start becoming a little bit scared on the side of Rogue, because they have 3 all towards... They have 2 towards B, and there it is. Phelps just holding the entire line the entire time to punish anyone for information. We'll be able to get a pick, and they're going to go back towards the B bomb site. Katie, though, holding towards the jungle line. Taco might need to make a move soon, as Fur will be taken out by Cadian. Go finds one, can't transfer the spray to the second, and I'm not sure if that was a good trade, because it means the B bomb site's open. No smoke, but they do manage to get across before Caden's able to take down anyone on the cross, and Taco just lurking this entire time, just executes Vice from behind, and Taco, well, the CTs have to stay in CT boxed in effectively. Save the guns for the next round. They're not going to have much to work with except for an AWP rifle, maybe another rifle if they're lucky on one of their players, and that's it. They can't go for it.
It's what I don't understand watching a team like Rogue sometimes is the fact that they get a lot of control and information and then they don't make the adjustment based on that. They're actually going for this because they don't want to give SK 15 rounds, but they've left it far too late. Wrath retaking from the coffins. You know, there's about 5 different angles that Cold can get out, which means that he has to basically hold W and adjust very quickly, hit a pretty insane shot to be able to do anything there, and he obviously can't do it. Cold just picks him out. So, yeah, I mean, Rogue, they are recognizing that lack of map control is losing them this game.
At least they're trying something. They're trying something different.
They did try to retake Nana control. Phelps was holding the line there. So that round could have worked out differently if they had just contained top of Nana and made the rotate towards A. Because when you have lost apps and brackets and there's no one actually in Banana, you can pretty much assume, like, where are the T's going to be, right? With 40 seconds to go, are they still waiting at T steps?
Yeah, and Phelps just coming over to the B bomb site, gets one opening before he's traded out. Where is Fallen? There it is. Easy headshot for Fallen.
We see that so much, though. Fallen and Phelps just going in as a duo, and Fallen's just falling, like, waiting behind and throwing grenades for him, and Phelps just walking in solo.
Yeah, and then Fallen just sits the line, trades anyone who gets over aggressive. So, still a 3-on-3. Oh, Wrath has found the incorrect timing. A little bit of incorrect spray. Does manage to transfer it towards the end, but it's only going to be one towards the B site. SK know this. And most likely is going to be construction, so the bomb plant's going to go into Coffins. Vice retrieves, and 47. Here's Cadian pushing forward, has spotted out Fallen. Where's the peak coming in from SK? There it is, one pick from Cadian. He's still okay in terms of health, 39, now 28 HP. Or 39 HP, sorry. But loses his life on the deal, and Vice, I mean, he's got armor, he has the AK-47. Too many lines to check, though. Fer knows where he is exactly. Fer can take this duel any time of the day. Flashbang raining over, buying more time. Vice still pushing forward, completely blinded, just taking out his misery. SK Gaming do manage to take Inferno and close it up with a 2-0. Much better performance from them today on Inferno. A couple of shaky rounds, but overall, much, much better. And can't say the same for it.
I mean, we're seeing a similar thing that we saw earlier from them in the Pro League, which is the one side was fairly like back and forth. They can take it to a, you know, team that's above their skill level on one side of the map, but then they run out of steam, they falter, some people aren't playing their positions too well, and they just don't have enough left in the tank to sort of close out the game or even continue to make the game competitive, which is what you see a lot of the time in these sort of 16-8, 16-9, 16-10 scorelines. That's why you see so many games, like, especially when a team wins both pistols, when one team wins 16-12, on paper it looks like a close game, right? But a lot of the time it's actually not. A lot of the gun rounds going towards SK, which means that, you know, these 8-9 rounds going the way of Rogue are them closing out a lot of anti-ecos, which is good when you're not trying to tilt Karath, but apart from that, you're not really showing too much. SK, once you've given them enough opportunities to get gun rounds in on the T side, they're just going to roll over you eventually. They have, you know, especially when they've secured themselves an advantage in the first half.
This is the round which was turning point
exactly,
in my
yeah.
mind, where Rogue are up 7-3.
Could have been a Rogue game, for sure.
I felt like if they were able to continue, maybe get 9-6, I'd say, in their half, that would be pretty good. 9-6 on their T half.
They could have done better than that if they closed out that anti-eco, I'm sure of it.
But then afterwards, it was just run SKG, effectively. Nothing else that you could do in terms of the side of Rogue. 16, I don't know. Just felt like to me it was just, I don't know, just a little bit demoralizing to watch. I wanted Rogue to do better. I really hope for Rogue to actually step up on the CT side. At least they made adjustments. They weren't just playing boxed in and just hoping for the best. They were making adjustments, trying out something new. Didn't always get rewarded for it, but that's how life works sometimes. You know, you try a new adjustment. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you refine that. It's better than just sitting, playing passive, and always hoping for the best.
It's just too much inconsistency from the individuals as well. We see different people up the top and the bottom of the scoreboard. We're seeing at least 2 people from Rogue have double neg games sometimes, when in other games they've been fantastic. In that game, Shinobi had a great game, but we saw people like Cadian not turning up, you know, Wrath and Vice not having a great game either. So, I mean, what can you really say? The individual consistency is not there, and if the individual consistency isn't there, you know, some of the ways that you're winning rounds in previous series, you know, when we're saying, oh, great props to Rogue, but when Vice is winning like 2-on-4s, when he's on his game, he's closing out the post plants consistently. Rogue are winning those games, right? But how often does that happen?
It can't happen all the time.
For a more inexperienced player, it happens less often than it does, you know?
Especially when investing in a team like SK, who